still relying on the same colors you wore in your 20s. If you're over 40, those old favorites might be working against you. Colors that once seemed bold now feel loud. Others that felt safe, they've faded into the background. And here's the truth. Color isn't just about style, it's about signal. The right shades don't just make you look good. They project wealth, maturity, authority. They show that you've evolved and that you're not trying too hard. Whether it's your shirt, your jacket, or even your socks. Color choice says everything before you say a word. So today, we're breaking down the 7 most powerful colors a man over 40 can wear to look rich, confident, and completely in control. One bonus tip that takes the whole palette further. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Navy blue, the power suit of confidence. Navy isn't just a safe choice, it's a strategic one. For men over 40, this deep, commanding color communicates trust, stability, and confidence without trying too hard. It's what CEOs wear when they want to seal the deal, and it's what you wear when you want to look sharp without looking loud. Why does it work so well? Because navy flatters every skin tone, hides signs of aging better than black, and pairs effortlessly with both warm and cool neutrals, whether it's a blazer, knit polo, or slim trousers. Navy creates clean lines and visual authority. This isn't about wearing a uniform, it's about setting a standard. Brands like Todd Snyder, Spire, and McKay, and Bonobos offer navy pieces that are refined, not rigid. Think unstructured jackets, fine merino sweaters, or a pair of navy chinos with a perfect taper. Personal story. I once wore a navy cotton blazer to a dinner with a client 15 years younger. Halfway through, he asked for style advice. That color, it didn't make me look older, it made me look in control. Navy doesn't shout money, it whispers influence. And in your 40s, that whisper carries weight. Chapter 2. Olive green, understated. Masculine, modern olive green is the quiet powerhouse of men's style, especially for guys over 40. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but when worn right, it gives you the edge of someone who knows exactly what he's doing. Why does olive work so well? Because it adds depth without shouting for attention. It complements graying hair, balances warm and cool skin tones, and instantly grounds your outfit. And unlike black, it softens your features instead of hardening them. Olive is also endlessly versatile. Layer it with denim, navy, cream, or charcoal. Use it in utility jackets, chinos, or lightweight overshirts. It's masculine without being aggressive, comfortable without being careless. And in 2025, it reads like quiet confidence. Brands like Wax London, Taylor Stitch, and Flint & Tinder are nailing this tone with rich textures. Think brushed twill, shirts, canvas jackets, or knit polos. Here's a real moment. I once wore an olive overshirt to a fall lunch outdoors. Casual setting, relaxed outfit, but halfway through, a friend asked, "Where'd you get that jacket?" Not because it was loud, because it looked finished, grounded, confident. That's the power of olive. It doesn't try to impress, it just shows you don't need to. Chapter 3. Charcoal gray, wealth signal in disguise. Charcoal gray doesn't get much attention, and that's its power. It's quiet, clean, and serious without being stiff. For men over 40, it's the color that says I've arrived without having to shout it. Why is charcoal so effective? Because it brings out the best in other colors. It pairs with everything white, navy, burgundy, olive, and it adds polish without feeling heavy like black. Black can be too sharp, especially on aging skin, but charcoal softens that edge while keeping the confidence. This shade also reads expensive, not flashy, just rich. A charcoal wool jacket, a simple merino sweater, or a pair of tailored pants. In this color, makes you look smarter, wealthier, and more deliberate even when everything else is simple. I once wore a charcoal blazer to a low-key networking event. The man next to me had a flashier outfit, but someone walked up to me and said, "You look like the guy in charge." It wasn't loud, it was just right. Use charcoal as your reset. When you don't know what to wear, this is your go-to. Sharp, solid, timeless, and it makes everything else around it look better. Chapter 4. Soft pink, the confidence signal. Most men ignore soft pink. Isn't loud, it's not flashy, but it's one of the most powerful colors a man over 40 can wear because it shows quiet confidence, emotional intelligence, and complete style control. Here's the truth. Most men avoid pink because they think it's too bold or not masculine. But in reality, a well-fitted pink shirt or polo shows you're past needing validation. You're dressing for yourself, not for approval. Soft pink also flatters mature skin. It adds warmth, brightens the face, and softens features in a way that white or gray never can. It's approachable, but elevated. Relaxed, but intentional. Start small. A blush Oxford shirt with navy trousers, a dusty pink polo under a stone blazer, or even a salmon tone pocket square to test the waters. Brands like Banana Republic, J. Crew, and Ralph Lauren offer refined pink tones that suit adult wardrobes, not teenage trends. A personal moment. I once wore a pale pink dress shirt to a client lunch. 3 separate people mentioned how fresh and grounded it looked. One even asked if I'd changed something about my skincare. Nope, just the shirt. Soft pink doesn't make you stand out, it makes you memorable. And that's a power move. Up next, the earth tone that makes you look instantly more capable, calm, and collected without. Chapter 5. Soft Camel. The secret weapon for subtle luxuries. Soft Camel is one of the most underused style moves for men over 40, and it's time to change that. This light, golden brown tone says money without screaming it. It feels relaxed, but polished, luxurious but grounded. Why does it work? Because Camel flatters aging skin, adds warmth without being overpowering, and mixes effortlessly with navy, white, olive, or charcoal. It's the color of cashmere coats, unstructured blazers, fine gauge sweaters, those grown man pieces that never look try-hard. And unlike flashy brights, Camel is a quiet nod to wealth and taste. You're not trying to look richer, just dressing like someone who already is. Start with one key piece, a camel overcoat, a suede jacket, or a knit crew neck. Brands like Percival, Ralph Lauren, and Mango offer camel tones in textures that feel high-end without breaking the bank. Personal story. I picked up a camel sweater years ago, hesitant it might look too soft. Wore it on a date once, and she said, "You look expensive tonight." That one line changed how I saw the color. Camel doesn't ask for attention. It earns it through elegance, and at 40+. That's a style advantage worth using. Next up, the bold but underrated color that instantly makes you look sharper on camera and in real life. Chapter 6. Deep Burgundy. Quiet boldness. For the modern gentleman, burgundy is power just toned down. It's not screaming for attention, but it holds the room. And for men over 40, it's the perfect way to add depth without feeling loud or forced. Why does it work so well? Because burgundy flatters mature skin tones, especially as hair starts to gray or silver. It adds richness, contrast, and warmth in one move. In photos, it pops subtly. In person, it shows confidence without overstepping. But here's the mistake most guys make. They either avoid bold colors entirely, or they overdo them. Burgundy strikes the perfect balance. It works in a knit sweater, suede sneaker, or even a wool overcoat. One strong piece paired with simple neutrals is all you need. Try layering a burgundy crewneck over a white shirt with charcoal trousers. Or go relaxed. Burgundy sneakers with navy chinos. Brands like Rice, Peter Miller, and Axel Arigato get the tone just right, rich, not flashy. I once wore a deep burgundy merino sweater to a reunion dinner. It wasn't meant to be a statement, but half the table asked where I got it. One friend said, "Man, that color just works on you." That's the burgundy effect. It doesn't fight for attention, but it wins it anyway. This color says you've got taste, not ego. And at 40+, that distinction is everything. Coming up, the final color, a classic most men wear wrong, and how to use it to look wealthier instantly. Chapter 7. Crisp white. The clean slate that signals control. White isn't just a color, it's a statement. Clean, sharp, and undeniably confident. And for men over 40, it's one of the most underused weapons in your wardrobe. Why? Because most men either treat white like an afterthought or avoid it entirely, worried it's too plain or hard to maintain. But when done right, white signals clarity, precision. It draws the eye in and quietly commands attention, especially against tanned, olive, or deeper skin tones or silvering hair. The key is texture and fit. A crisp white Oxford, not a baggy undershirt. A white polo with structure, not sag. A linen shirt with rollable sleeves, not stiff boardroom cotton. When white holds its shape, it holds your presence. Brands like Charles Terwitt, Ascot, and Loro Piana understand this. Clean tailoring in white that's not see-through, not wrinkly, not disposable. Just solid, stylish basics that anchor every other piece. Personal moment, I wore a white open-collar shirt to an outdoor dinner last summer, paired with olive chinos and brown loafers. Multiple people said the same thing. "You look really fresh tonight." Same outfit structure as always, just anchored in white. It cut through the noise. White doesn't age you, it elevates you. It's the color of control. And when the fit is right, it makes you look more polished, instantly. Coming up, the ultimate color strategy recapped on how to use these tones to build a wardrobe that speaks before you even say a word. There's power in color, but not just any color. The right tones don't shout, they signal. They refine your edges and elevate your presence. And when you're over 40, that signal matters more than ever. Because style at this stage isn't about dressing louder, it's about dressing smarter. It's about using color like a craftsman uses tools, purposefully, strategically, and with results. Every shade we covered today wasn't chosen to follow trends. It was chosen to reflect strength, intention, and experience. Whether it's navy that anchors your authority, burgundy that hints at quiet power, or olive that softens your confidence just enough, these colors don't just make you look better, they make you feel more in command of who you are. If this guide helped clarify your palette, your next step is easy. Watch 10 fashion rules every man over 40 should know. That video builds on everything we covered here with exact formulas for fit, fabric, grooming, and daily strategy. Links below. You've earned your presents. Now wear it colorfully, deliberately, and with complete confidence.